The End of Chaos is the 13th studio album by the band Flotsam and Jetsam. It's pretty impressive for a band to last so long that they have 13 studio albums. I struggled for a few weeks trying to figure out what I wanted to say about this album. This one is not an easy album for me to talk about. And I thought about it a few minutes ago and decided that sometimes keeping things simple is the best course of action. On a production standpoint, the album sounds really good, just like the last album. It has a good guitar tone. You can hear the bass a little bit, but it's not overpowering. The drums sound good, and as always, the vocalist sounds really good. I really like his voice. He has a fairly unique vocal style, I feel like, for metal. It's nothing weird or anything, but I can't think of anybody in metal who sounds like him. The best praise I can really give this album, besides the production, is its consistency. It's a very consistent album. If you just want a straight ahead metal album to put on and just listen to while you do stuff, this one is it. There's nothing bad on here. There's nothing offensive, nothing that makes you want to hit the skip button. But at the same time, there's not a whole lot of peaks either. There's not any songs on here that really excel or stand out among the rest, with a couple of exceptions. And that's really my biggest issue, is there's not a whole lot memorable on here. Everything kind of bleeds together. It's not a bad album or anything. As I said, it's very consistent, but there's not a whole lot that really makes me want to put this album on again and again. The opening track, Prisoner of Time, is an exception to this. This song is really good. It's got some really nice guitar riffs, some really nice hooks. I like that the song changes a few times. It's got its verse, it's got a nice build to the chorus, and then it's got a nice chorus. It doesn't seem very samey to me. There's enough things going on, enough change-ups that keep this song interesting, and it has some really good guitar riffs as well. So there's enough meat on this song to make me want to keep coming back to it. So far, this is also my second favorite song of 2019, my favorite song being a song off of the newest Soilwork album, which I talked about it being my favorite song on that review. The second track, Control, is one of the faster songs on the album. I didn't like the song the first several times I listened to it, but the last time I listened to it, I was digging the song a lot more. The fourth track, Prepare for Chaos, also has some really nice guitar riffs. And most of the songs on here I'm skipping. I'm not doing a full track-by-track review because I really just can't. There's just not a lot of songs that really stand out all that much to me. Some of the songs at the end of the album get a little better, in my opinion. Unwanted Surprise is alright. Snake Eyes was okay. Survive is probably my third favorite song on the album. It starts off slowly, but the verses are pretty up-tempo. Most of those songs are fairly up-tempo, so that gets a little repetitive. Although I do prefer that to a bunch of really slow songs. The chorus is also kind of slow, but overall a pretty good song. My second favorite track on the album is The End, which is kind of funny to me to have the first and last track be the songs that I like the most, and the songs in between not really doing as much for me. Like I said before, it's consistent. They're not bad by any means, but there's not a whole lot of distinct moments on here that make me want to come back to this album. The End might give Control a run for its money for fastest song on the album, although I would still say Control is faster. The End is probably the second fastest song on the album. I really like the chorus a lot. The chorus does slow the song down a little bit, but it works with the song. It's probably my favorite chorus on the album, and a very fine way to end the album. All in all, this album is okay. It's well produced and certainly something worth listening to if you just want to put something on while you're driving or while you're working out. But there's just not a whole lot of tracks on here that make me want to keep coming back to it. I'm going to give this a solid 6 out of 10. It's decent. It's certainly worth your time if you're a Flotsam fan. There is a decent amount of filler, but there are a few gems to make the album worth your time.